Okay, I promise I did not mean to ghost you like that. I put in so much effort into Vlogmas, and then unfortunately I just ended up spending a few days in bed after that. But a few things have happened since I last filmed. But before we get into that, let's go back to a few days ago where I was actually on top of Vlogmas and filming. Okay, let's try these first. So this is hummus and then this is the vegan one.
Actually, I don't know because I don't think I've ever actually had eggnog before.
I love it. I think it's delicious. Okay, I'm just frying some of the tempeh that I actually made yesterday.
Just because I want to give you guys a smell to help you along. So the first prompt is, what is my...
I am currently dehulling black beans because we are trying another method of doing tempeh. The tempeh that I made the first time, edible, which is a great sign. It was getting overripe on just one side, so I had to stop it early. And some bits were really good and some bits were obviously overripe and some bits weren't knitted together neatly into the cake like we'd want to. And I think I've learnt my mistake. I think I did it too thick, and I think I should use a smaller container unless I'm going to use a water bath. So I'm going to make black bean tempeh today. And also, okay, look, I've heard you. People say that Trader Joe's hummus is good. So I actually didn't think that there was a Trader Joe's in Denver, but it turns out there are 3. One's only 10 minutes away from me. So we're gonna go, after I've finished dehulling these, which is gonna take a while, we're gonna go to Trader Joe's. I'm gonna get a few things. Gonna do a little bit of a taste test because I got a comment saying that Trader Joe's tries to keep their pricing sort of stable so that it's actually more affordable than a lot of other places. I do really like Trader Joe's. The only downside for me is the packaging, but I think we're gonna waive that today so that we can do a nice little review of some of the Trader Joe's products. It feels like a revelation to know that there's one in Denver. I don't know why I didn't think that there was. I thought it was more of like a, I don't know. I've only ever seen them in Michigan, to be honest, and DC. Or Arlington. Anyway, we're gonna finish dehulling these and then we're gonna go to Trader Joe's and get a few things. We'll do a bit of a taste test. I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, I was able to get a surprising amount of things, and to be honest, I basically saw anything that said vegan on it and I got it for us to try. And also what's really good is I found these vegan things. They're in plastic, but these are actually perfect for reusing and being able to make tempeh. I was trying really hard to think of a better solution because the glass solution actually, even though it does work for some people, for me it just doesn't feel ideal because I don't have the right sizes for small ones. So I'm going to reuse these ones, which I'm so pleased about, and made me feel less bad about buying them. So we've got this weird vegan salmon-esque spread with capers and dill. I'm just toasting a everything bagel, also vegan, that I got from Trader Joe's, to put this on to try it out. I'm also making some pasta so that we can try this vegan kale, cashew and basil pesto. He's particularly excited about this one. Vegan buffalo style dip, plant-based and dairy-free. Really interested in this one. And then we also got a vegan nacho dip. What else? One of you suggested that the Mediterranean style hummus from Trader Joe's was really good, so I took your word for it and I got it, so we're going to try this as well. And then we had to get some, you know, holiday or sweet things, so we got a very chocolatey with fudge brownies, oat non-dairy frozen dessert, a normal sized pint, which I'm pleased to see, vegan. And then we also actually got some non-dairy oat nog. I'm very interested to see what this tastes like, so we will definitely be trying this now. Okay, let's try these first. So this is hummus and then this is the vegan one.
This is the hummus that I've heard people say is good. To be honest, it tastes like most American store-bought hummus, which is to say, it's okay.
I think it's just the red pepper flavor that I don't love in hummus. Okay, let's try this one. We need an amuse-bouche, really. It's kind of weird.
It's kind of weird, but I kind of like it.
I need it again. But it doesn't taste real, it tastes very fake. Okay, also these chips are not good. They're like lime and sea salt, but they taste really fake. But we're gonna eat them anyway, obviously. This is the nacho. Oh wow, that's thick.
Nice.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
I don't know what it is about that. I think it's just because it tastes like fake American cheese. Ooh, I quite like this.
It's my favorite one.
It tastes like real food. I think that's why. I think it's got like real flavors in it. That one's the vegan buffalo dip. Oh yeah, that is quite nice. I'm gonna make some pasta and then we'll reconvene. I love it. I think it's delicious. It tastes like Christmas in a bowl, drink, glass. Hey. Hey.
Because eggnog's usually warm.
I don't know, I've never heard it before.
Don't think about you. Call it courtesy, loyalty. We were friends at one time, even lovers. So I wonder, should I lay down my pride and reach out, or forget you somehow?
Okay, I'm just frying some of the tempeh that I actually made yesterday, and while we're doing that, so we can do a taste test of that homemade stuff as well, just trying this pasta. I think that's really good. I think this is one of the better vegan pastas I think I've ever tried. It's quite mild. Feels healthy, but not in a kind of like, oh, there's too much green in there.
I think it's a bit more herby than, say, like cheesy or oily or anything like that. It's nice.
It's a nice shape as well. Little tubes.
That's good.
Yeah, well there's loads left in the fridge.
I like tubes.
I love tubes. Right, let's get the tempeh so we can add that to there. Okay, I only cooked it in a little bit of Tuscan flavoured herb olive oil. I put a bit too much on, but it's quite plain, so I just thought, let's see how it is. Obviously I had to take it out a bit early, but I also cooked the chana dal maybe a little too al dente, but when you crisp them up, I think that's quite a nice, it's really nice and like nutty and light. I think if I get this whole tempeh thing down, I don't think I'll ever buy it again. I'm incredibly surprised that it came out so well the first time, but I did meticulously follow the instructions. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this and then we'll catch up later. Okay, so a few things that have happened in the meantime. I went climbing and then I decided I wanted to learn to top rope. So me and my husband went and did that, and that was really fun. And now we're really excited to continue doing that. We also decided to go to this shop in Denver called Feral, which a lot of people have recommended to me. So if you did, thank you so much. It's a great store, which is all just full of used outdoor gear. So you can get pretty much anything. And I was able to get some snow pants, which were secondhand, and a ski jacket as well, so that when we go and learn to ski in January, we got a couple of things. We're going to rent everything else. There's no need to buy those things, but I wanted to buy some secondhand ski pants and a ski jacket because one, I was able to find Helly Hansen stuff secondhand, which I love that brand. They make really great stuff. And also those things are going to be so good for one, going to Michigan for Christmas, and also when it gets really cold. It's actually getting down to -27 this week in Denver. So yeah, that's cold. That's Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold. In fact, it's freezing. Absolutely freezing. So yeah, when I buy things like that, I like to be able to, get stuff that is transferable. What I'm doing this morning though is something that I really have never done before and that I don't tend to do. And that is, I just stumbled upon a lavender video, which was 2023 goals, New Year planning and goal setting. If that's your kind of vibe, I'll put it in the description below just so that if you want to check it out, you can. Usually I'm not a goal maker. I stopped making goals quite a while ago, mainly because I think that enjoying the process actually helps you to not only reach your goals, but actually completely surpass them. So usually I focus on the little tiny habits that you can do day to day. But I was feeling a little like I needed something, Over the past few days I haven't done any filming. I've really been enjoying resting and then climbing and things like that, and getting out there and being out in the world, And I thought, what? New year, new me and all that. Joking, I don't really think that. but I thought it'd be a fun thing to do. In this video, she basically gives you a bunch of prompts, and I thought I would just go through them because why not? I've never done this before, so this could be actually a really good thing to do for the next year. And if you set yourself a goal, maybe you can set that goal and then work all the way back to how that looks day to day as a tiny habit. And then the tiny habit is what I'll focus on. And then we'll get to the end of the year and we'll look back on the goal and be like, I guess we really surpassed that because we were focused on the tiny habits or the consistency that we're doing every single day. Also, this year is going to be very different for me. This could be the perfect time to do something like this. But the first prompt is, what is my theme for 2023? And initially I thought growth, but then she talks about growth in the other ones, so maybe I'll think of something different. I do talk about learning a lot, but I just kind of want to be a yes person next year. I want to say yes to trying new things I've never tried before. I want to learn to ski, I want to learn to climb, I want to learn to sandboard, I want to learn to, I don't know. We're also planning a big adventure overlanding trip, go hiking on some incredible places and just really get out there and make the use of being here. So yes. The second prompt is, how can I embody my theme this year? Not really sure what that really means. I'll have to go back and watch that again. And then, how do I want to evolve in 2023? i.e., what do you want to become? Do you want to set intentions on how you want to grow this year? I feel like if you know me, you'll know that this is not my vibe at all. But I don't know, sometimes it's good to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe that is my thing, getting out of my comfort zone. The last couple of years, I've certainly been in my comfort zone for a lot, but maybe we want to evolve in 2023. Maybe we want to be the best versions of ourselves possible that make us happy, but aren't overextending ourselves in ways that we think we should be evolving, you know? Doing stuff just for us. And then you have like a whole section of like your main goals for 2023, which you'll spider diagram or whatever and just go through them. And what your why is, what area of your life do you want to focus on first, and then how do you want to transform yourself in that area. So there's quite a lot. I'm gonna start doing this and then maybe we'll see where we're at afterwards. Okay, it's been another few days since I last filmed, but last night I put on a Christmas movie and I went through all of those prompts, but I'll talk to you about that in a bit if you're interested, obviously. Right now I'm just gonna put on some laundry. I'm gonna tidy the whole house because we're actually packing to go to Michigan tomorrow. And yeah, we've got a lot to do. Got to make sure that we leave the house, do all the composting, which I did yesterday, make sure the fridge has got nothing in it that's going to go bad, all of that kind of stuff. Do some sweeping, all the boring stuff really. Yeah, I think because we're packing up to go away for a week, it kind of feels like we're packing up the year, and what a year it's been. You will come with me. You will also come. Also currently giving all of the plants a nice little bath before we leave. And it feels kind of wild that we have the windows open because I wanted to give some air to these plants. It's very dry in here, we don't have good airflow, so wanted to give them a bit of air, a bit of water. But yeah, it's December 21st and we have the windows open. That's kind of wild to me. Though, as I said earlier in this video, it is going to get down to -27 tonight / tomorrow, so it's a good time to be leaving. Although, having said that, we are going to Michigan where it's going to be just as cold, if not worse. And it's going to snow a lot on Friday, I think. So at least it will be a white Christmas. So we've done most of the stuff that we need to prepare for leaving tomorrow. We've done all the laundry, cleaned up, mostly watered our Christmas tree. Because it's in a pot, if you didn't know. And basically packed everything. My 2023 goals. I thought I would say, I'm still deciding what my word is. I was thinking like big energy or like joy or something like that. But they don't really sit right with me at the moment, so I'm not quite sure if that's what I want to go for. But how I want to embody this sort of theme this year, or those kind of themes, you know, saying yes, big energy, blah, 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 is one, say yes to the things that scare me but present an opportunity to learn something new, like climbing or skiing, because especially with things like climbing, it definitely helps with my fear of heights, so that when we go out and do like 14ers and things like that, I'll be much more able technically, physically and mentally to do things like grade 3 scrambles, grade 2 scrambles. So I also wanted to say yes instead of automatically rejecting something or feeling negative about it just because it worries me or because it's very different from things that I would usually choose, because that's definitely something that I do. Also, stop shutting down ideas because it contradicts something that I've already planned or may have already planned. Things change very often, and I think that's something that's important to stop. I think a big one for me is to stop comparing myself to others when it comes to the content that I create, people growing really fast on YouTube, people's views being better than mine, all that kind of stuff. Because at the end of the day, that's not actually what's important. What's important is enjoying the process of creating videos and also connecting with you. Vlogmas has taught me, if anything, that the most important thing about being online and creating videos is to build a community rather than growing an audience. And that's something I think I will definitely be thinking more about, because I also, later you talk about what you want to release, and one of them is I want to let go of this obsession with growing on social media. So instead of constantly focusing on if I don't grow then I can't keep up with the YouTube algorithm and things like that, I want to focus more on letting that go and on creating quality content and enjoying it and experimenting more. Another thing I was like, put in the work, put the work I enjoy first over work I think I need to do. And then trust in the process, in myself and in my relationship. There are lots of other things that I talk about and what my goals are and stuff like that. And to be honest, it really surprised me. I don't actually have that many goals, but I think that's because I'm not quite sure what I want at the moment. So yeah, I'm actually not sure. I mean, one of them is definitely I want to be like the fittest and strongest I've ever been. I just did a 3-rep max front squat the other day and I was really surprised at how heavy I was able to go, the heaviest ever. So things like that make me feel really good about myself. There's something about weightlifting that makes you feel like you've achieved something, and yeah, it's really exciting. So that's definitely a personal goal. But yeah. I'd actually really love to hear what your goals are, if you have any goals, or what your intentions are for 2023. Because it makes me feel good when I get ideas from other people, and it's also so nice to connect with other people in the comment section of people's videos, and I would like to create that for you guys in my comment section. Okay, honestly, I still don't feel right, like I don't feel very well. I really loved creating videos for Vlogmas, but it definitely did make me very tired because I really wanted to put a lot of effort into it. But even though it was tiring, it was one of the best exercises I think I've done in creating content and trying to create content a bit faster, but trying to maintain some level of like quality. It's definitely taught me things I'm going to take into the next year, and instead of creating, one video a week, I'm going to try and create more and really challenge myself, and then maybe do it in kind of seasons. So I spend 8 weeks creating lots and lots of content, and then take a bit of a break and think about what I want to do next and what people like seeing and what could challenge me and things like that, and then do another sort of like 8-week block section. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be thinking about it. I've put a lot of books on my list to read over the next week, 2 weeks. So yeah, I've really enjoyed this process, and I really hope that you enjoyed these videos. I would love to hear all about your adventures over Christmas or the holidays, whatever you celebrate, and your New Year plans. I guess this is it. I guess this is goodbye 2022. Goodbye to a really bloody hard year, and hello to hopefully a better one. So if I don't see you before, which I probably won't, I want to say happy holidays, whatever you celebrate, happy New Year, and I'll see you next year.